Let's jump right to the AFC Championship game here. This is a great game, guys. Bills at Chiefs. I believe that one of the Chiefs' loss this season was to the Bills. It ended their chance at a perfect season. Kansas City is the favorite, -1.5. So that's, you know, the home team gets 3 points in the NFL. So this is basically a pick 'em. I will say this is the fourth meeting between them in the playoffs since 2021. Bills have lost the previous three. So, guys, we got a rivalry.
Look, Kansas City, let's talk about just the back and forth in this. And I got to say up front, I love Josh Allen. I'm a huge Josh Allen fan. And I would love to say that they were going to take this. But all in all, their records, Josh Allen versus Mahomes, they're 50-50. However, in the playoffs, Josh Allen has never beaten Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is 16-3 in the postseason. Meanwhile, Josh Allen, he's what, 7-5? And here's the thing, Josh Allen, he is that quarterback that a team just wants to get around. They want to
Mhm.
be behind him because he's going to put the team on his back. And that shows in his 9 rushing touchdowns this year. When nobody's open, he scrambles, he makes it into the end zone. However, Kansas City, their defense is no joke. They are physical. They're ready for Josh Allen. In that first matchup, they barely lost, and they were missing a couple of really big weapons on the offensive side. And that offense for Kansas City, they're just too well rounded, too methodical, and it's going to be a really high scoring game.
Evan, I got a trivia question for you, real quick. Name a quarterback that has a receiving touchdown each of the last two seasons.
I'm going to say Josh Allen.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. So this guy literally does it all. And if it wasn't for Lamar Jackson going nuclear this season, Josh Allen would be the NFL MVP. They have a little help. James Cook, 1,000 yard back. He's a good guy. But honestly, guys, this team lives and dies by Allen. He's going to have an epic, special game for this to happen. All right, Cameron, give us your thoughts without giving us your pick.
All right. So obviously, I'm leaning a different way than Evan is. I look at the Bills. They've been excellent for the past 5 years with Josh Allen. You guys already mentioned it. You live and breathe and die by Josh Allen in this game. This is the most efficient version of him that we've ever seen. I believe that with his ability to throw and buy time, forcing man-to-man scenarios because you have to respect his run game with a spy, I think this is a really, really good matchup. Josh Allen had 531 yards in the regular season. Additionally, it's part of what I really think forces them to have to respect the fact that he can run. The key question of the day for me is, can Kansas City's corner Trent McDuffie and Shamari Connor guard Bills receivers Khalil Shakir and Curtis Samuel? In the previous game, they gave up 128 yards and one touchdown. So, and let's remember the Bills won 31-20 in that prior matchup. Amari Cooper was also just learning that system. I'm also leaving out Kincaid. There are a number of weapons on that offensive side. The other question I have, can the Bills defense contain the Kansas City offense? Andy Reid's ability to dial things up in the postseason is the best that there is, period. Nobody does it better than he does. However, in the prior game that they had this season, Mahomes was held to under 200 yards, and Mahomes was also held to under 200 yards in the last game that they played. I think that Greg Rousseau will need a couple of sacks in this game, but I really like the Bills D line.
The Chiefs have won games on offense, defense, and special teams this year. They've come behind in a lot of games this year. Guys, Patrick Mahomes is having his second worst statistical season since
Yep.
becoming a starter. Kansas City leans on its defense, ninth in points allowed. Now, here's the crazy part. Only one player on their defense, Chris Jones, is going to a Pro Bowl. So my point is, this is just a really, really solid group of guys that play well together. And all I'm saying is, I think both these defenses are going to come to play. You guys ready to move on, or any final points on this?
I actually have one more
Yeah,
point
go
for
ahead.
you, Joey.
Yep.
Okay, this is coming from Sharp Football Analytics. Found it online while I was trying to research some
Sponsor us.
flag throwing. Uh, Chiefs have played in 11 playoff games since 2021. Do you know how many times the Chiefs have had more penalties than their opponents in the playoffs?
Uh, Probably every year, right?
In those
They've played
11
more.
games,
Oh,
How many
th
times have they had more penalties than their opponents have?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say more than
yeah,
less.
sure.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
so you're
say
going to
more
go
than
with like
50%. I'm gonna say six.
Evan? Evan?
Yeah, sure. 7. Price is right.
The
Come on, man.
Chiefs have not had a game, period, in the playoffs, zero, where they have had more penalties than their opponent. If you feel that that is ironic, in the regular season, they have 57% of those games they favor. I'm not somebody that ever calls on referee bias in a game, but
As an Alabama fan,
if you were ever looking for a reason to dive in a little bit deeper, if you think that there's not a single playoff game that they've played in the last 5 years that hasn't been the case, that's a bit ridiculous.
We only got two games today. Pick party. AC 1.5 point favorite. Over unders 47.5. You guys have to pick, Kansas City spread, Bills to cover and lose, or Bills money line. Just so, we have some differential in picks here. So, Evan, the floor is yours.
yeah. So, uh, obviously, with the line being 1.5 for Kansas City, I'm picking Kansas City. They're going to cover. One thing that I do need to say about the over/under on this, and I probably won't comment it on the next game, but I think this over/under, I would take the over. The Bills are pretty much automatic for at least 3 touchdowns, pretty much every single game, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to really blow off the doors on there. So I would take the over on that one. Second
Bennington.
game. Oh,
Let's
sorry,
uh,
go ahead.
let's get his
Yeah.
picks on this one first.
All right, so the score that I wrote down was actually 40-31. I have Bills winning this game. I think it'll be a really fun one to watch. Obviously, that's an over.
So you have Bills to,
Bills going over. Yeah, that would be what, 61 points, 71 points.
but do you have them to
Yeah,
cover or
I have Bills winning outright.
you have them winning outright? Okay. I got Kansas City to cover -1.5. I just think Josh Allen has to just be absolutely amazing to win this game, and he's going to have to be perfect. And somewhere in the fourth quarter, this is going to be a close game in the fourth quarter. Somewhere along the way, he's going to throw a pick, or there's going to be some mistake made that allows Kansas City to, I think, come back and win this game in the fourth quarter. I think they will be down in the fourth quarter. Uh, they're just like cockroaches; they won't die. And they're getting to that point of being like the Patriots, right?
Unless it's the officials that keep him in the game, I really think Buffalo's ready to take one to the jaw and absolutely respond with a knockout punch.
You think the NFL has the script ready to call down in the fourth quarter and get this to overtime?
I don't think it's a script, but if you have Xavier Worthy running down the right side and there's a questionable PI call, 9 times out of 10, that's being called if you're the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, fair enough. Evan, you're watching the show. You like it. What's the first thing you're going to do?
I'm going to like, comment, and subscribe to this whole shindig.
Maybe you can share it too. I'd love to have this get in more places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, guys, we love to hear from you. We started to get some more comments. We'd love to post your comments up on a future episode. So call us out. If you don't agree with us, let us know. We would love to debate with you live on recording.